The latest projected track on Hurricane Irma could have it making a direct hit on South Florida. Florida Senator Marco Rubio joins us now on the phone. Senator, I know that the Keys are going to be under a mandatory evacuation. It has already started. Would you say that Florida is ready?
Well, I think Florida, obviously, and I don't mean to brag on my state, but I will. Florida's had so much experience with these storms over the years that our emergency operations people, I think, are the best in the world in terms of getting ready. But this is a major storm, so ultimately a lot of this will depend on people heeding the warnings and the advice given to them by local professionals, and certainly there's indications that people are doing that. Many people have lived through these in the past. They seem to be paying attention, and we've got a little bit of head time here to get ready. So I feel like Florida's doing the best it can to get ready for an event that quite frankly, is probably impossible to be totally prepared for given its magnitude potential.
Yeah. As we look at the projected track of the storm in the right-hand screen, it pretty much swallows Florida. I mean, all the projections show that it's going to either make landfall around, the Keys and Miami, and then just kind of head up the state. Now, obviously, there's a lot of wiggle room there, but this looks like it's going to be bad. A storm of this size, this powerful, looks like it's going to do some damage to Florida, almost certainly.
Well, it's certainly going to be a major weather event no matter what. But if you look at it, a lot of people kind of focus on the little dot in the middle of the hurricane cone. I mean, those things can move until the last minute. What I mean by move, I mean move 100 miles. And second is the hurricane force winds extend out, over 100 miles in terms of the impact it has. So obviously, any small move, we lived it with Andrew in '92. It was supposed to come to the northern part of the county. It came in through the southern part of the county. That's about a 50-mile, 40-mile difference, but it made all the difference in the world to the people living down south. So I think the more important thing to understand is there's going to be a Category 4 hurricane very near South Florida later this week, early into the weekend, and other parts of the state. And people need to be prepared accordingly because you don't get those small changes come at the end. You don't get a lot of heads up on that. You got to be prepared for the worst here.
I was there in Miami for Hurricane Andrew. At the time, Florida hadn't seen a major hurricane in 30 years, and people, frankly, aren't prepared for how terrifying they can be, especially if you are anywhere close to the eye. What do you say to those people who might be thinking of sticking around and waiting this one out, that maybe it won't be all that bad?
Well, for some people, if you're in a structure that's built to hurricane code, you have your shutters up, it makes sense not to get on the road because you don't know where this is going. You may drive right into it. For those who are in mandatory evacuation centers or even areas where are being encouraged to evacuate, I would think about it. There's a reason why you're in that zone. There's a reason why that zone's been designated. I would listen to those warnings. There's nothing fun about a hurricane.
Obviously. And what about federal preparations? Is FEMA ready to go?
From all indications, they were pre-positioned at a lot of product waiting in Alabama at an Air Force base, for example. But again, I tell people, until the storm is passed, FEMA can't come in. So people have to be prepared potentially to be able to sustain themselves for 2 to 3 days until FEMA and others can get here and provide relief. What
about you yourself? I know you have young children. Where are you going to be for this storm?
Well, that's a good question. I'll definitely be in Florida. We're trying to figure out the best place to be. Obviously, our preference is here in South Florida, so I got to get my own home prepared here over the next 24 hours. And we've made some progress in that direction.
Well, a lot of decisions that Florida families all over the state are going to have to make. Senator Marco Rubio, we thank you for spending some time with us at a very busy period for you and your family. Thank you.